said, does your father know you do OnlyFans? You said yes, and he's fine with it because you take care of him, right?
Someone donated $200. BS, do not talk about fruits of the Spirit if you did not give back all of that money.
Can I please talk on this?
Wait, do you still have, question really quick, do you still have someone, thank you for the TTS, do you still have your Lamborghini Urus?
No, I don't. I sold everything. I sold my house. I sold my car. I sold all the designer things I had.
If you wanted to throw the Lambo my way, I'll take a Lambo.
Yeah.
I will also take a Lambo.
For free?
So I'd love to hit on this topic. So many people are like, you're not Christian unless you give back all the money. Let me break down the money for you. So number one, I was living in California while I was making this money. California tax is ridiculously insane. Only takes what, 20%? OnlyFans takes 25% of what you make. It didn't matter how much of what I made my gross income that got.
So sad. So sad. I'm sorry you're going through that.
My gross income got taxed 25%. So 25% of that got taken out. Then the tax I pay in California. Then the creator people that I was with took 50%. The agency took 50% of what I made. So you're left with all of that. Whatever's left out of all of that taxed. It's not like I just got $9 million. All of that got taxed.
$9 million for doing OF. That is wild. That is wild. $9 million for you just doing some degenerate stuff online. I'm telling you, this is crazy.
3 ways, and then whatever was left got sent to me. So, and no, you are not required, and nowhere in the Bible does it say. So there was this one man that Jesus told to sell all his belongings to and follow him. There was one man. That is not a stipulation for all Christians to sell everything that you have and then go follow Christ. If Christ told me to sell everything, which I've already sold everything, and follow him, I will. However, giving up all your money is not a requirement to be able to follow Christ. So if you're not a Christian or you are a Christian and you're saying this, you need to get that out of your head. Because if God specifically told me, like reached down and told me, you know what, you need to be homeless in order to follow me, I'd be like, you know what, I know you'll provide for me no matter what, I'll be homeless. But I do not feel called to do that. Regardless of that, I have sold everything I own. I literally drive a Jeep now and I live in South Carolina. So what do you got to say, Andrew? I'm really I'm so intrigued.
I'm just gonna follow up on the super chatter. By the way, I mean, I don't even know why you're so hostile with me. We haven't even really disagreed about anything most of the night.
Most of the night. No, no, absolutely. But my thing with you is that like how, not even degrading, but like when I came on last, you were so hostile towards me and what I did. And there was no love in your heart from me.
That was good.
So as a Christian, you think it's okay.
You were a lying, deceiving prostitute. And you're like, Andrew, why weren't you just nice? Like, what are you talking about?
I mean, the thing with Andrew is that he's pretty blunt. He's pretty blunt, and then these OF girls don't really like it when you call them that, but that's kind of what they are. That's literally what they are, especially when they're getting paid to do certain things online. I don't know how else you want to describe it. He's pretty much one of the only guys that would actually call them that, but and they take it personal. So it is what it is.
Good.
I have a question.
Didn't
Jesus wash the feet of prostitutes or something?
By your own admission,
Jesus got
Magdalene
washed his feet.
Deceiving, deceitful, satanic prostitute by your own admission.
Satanic. Wow. I mean, it is. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. You know, you are dealing with demons when you're doing that kind of things. So, yeah, I agree with Andrew on that.
Satanic?
Wow, that's a new one. That's a new one.
Hang on, Nala. You told me.
Yes, Andrew.
You told me that you had faith in Jesus Christ then. That your parents were pastors. That you had faith then.
You're getting it wrong already. So to unmisquote
you, you were gonna do it.
You can play the quote. You can play the clip if you want.
Let me finish, and you can respond. Okay. You said even then that you knew the truth, but you turned away anyway. Okay, so that you could basically make money. Now, you say now, okay, well, listen, that was all a character. I'm willing to believe that. I wasn't willing. I didn't ever say that you weren't playing a character. I'm willing to totally and completely believe you. Okay, but there's no way for me to determine that. I can only determine things based on what you say. So you say to me, well, I'm a degenerate prostitute who lies about everything, right? And it's like, okay, what did you want me to say to that? What would you have wanted me to say?
So number one,
you
you completely misquoted me. I never once said back then that I lied. Number two, I never said that I knew what to do and knew how to follow Christ. I said that I was hurt by the church. I said that my dad was a pastor before I started OnlyFans. So there's the clarification on that. I was hurt by the church. I've been through three.
Your dad knew.
Can you play the clip? Because this is crap.
I recently watched the clip. Did you say that your dad stopped being a pastor when you're 18 years old?
Okay with it.
Yeah. This clip.
No,
And I wasn't on OnlyFans.
You said that I was a bad father because I would disown, unlike your father, right? Because I would disown my child based on some like.
I'm not saying you as a father should condone what your kid was doing on OnlyFans.
You can respond.
But you keep interrupting what I have to say.
I won't interrupt you. Okay, so just listen to what I'm saying. You literally made this comparison. You said you're a bad father if you do A, C, and D. I said, does your father know you do OnlyFans? You said yes, and he's fine with it because you take care of him, right?
Her father is fine with her doing OF because she pays or gives him money. I don't know which one's worse. Her doing OF or the father being okay with her doing OF. And if anything, encouraging her to do OF in order to keep paying some of the bills. Yeah, that's what's the good word to put? That's a beta male right there. That's a beta male right there. To allow, I don't know if that's his only daughter, but to allow his only daughter potentially, or one of his daughters, to do OF and be okay with it. And if anything, encourage her to keep going in order to pay your bills. That is crazy to me. That's wild.
You told me.
Oh, absolutely.
That your father was fine with you doing OnlyFans.
So
was that a lie?
No. Listen. I don't think as a father you should disown your kid because of what they turn out to be. That's not their real plan. Do you think I wanted to be on OnlyFans the rest of my life? Absolutely. Once again, interrupting me, like I just said. So if you want me to finish my statement and respect me as an adult, that would be great. So anyway, my dad accepted me as his daughter. Yes, I was supporting him financially. Was that right that he told me and actually encouraging me to stay on OnlyFans? Absolutely not. I was saying it was wrong for you to disown your child just because of their life choice.
When you have your daughter basically, finding what you're doing as a parent to be incorrect, then that just means you're a bad parent. Like,
you said that you would literally stop talking to them. And how right is that as a father to guide your child when the Bible literally says, train up a child in the way that they should go? But you said if your daughter did OnlyFans, you would completely disown her. So how is what you would do biblical?
I'm going to explain. It's called consequences. And there's always consequences. If you look at, for instance, the prodigal son had to come back home and humble themselves after they came back home, after they squandered their entire fortune. That's what they had to do. Okay, so the thing is like, for you to say that if somebody is doing something that is horrific or satanic or something like this, that I have to allow them in my home? Do I need to allow them around my family? What do I need to do to capitulate to them, Nala, which would make me a good father?
In no way, shape, or form.
Let them experience the consequences of their own actions, because that's what a good father does.
A good father completely disowns their child, as in like stop speaking to them. I never once said that you had to let your daughter into your home, that demonic spirit into your home. But what about praying for them, sending them Bible verses, regardless of what they believe in? That is honestly what saved me. So you disowning your kid could actually have detrimental.
Bible verses saved you? No.
I said that my husband sent me Bible verses.
Be with saved you, right?
Can I interject?
Go ahead, quick.
So when it happened to Mary Magdalene, right, and she was a prostitute and they were about to stone her, what?
First of all, I don't get why people think that Mary was a prostitute. I don't think that was ever in the Bible. I know it wasn't in the Bible, so I don't know why they keep bringing that up. I don't know. Somebody just probably made that up and we ran with it.
to say.
Mary Magdalene was not a prostitute.
Boom. Look at that.
Okay.
Is that fake news?
Fake
Totally
news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Mary
Okay,
Magdalene is not a prostitute.
So when they were gonna stone the
I have no idea
prostitute.
where people come up with this.
Okay.
Mary Magdalene was not a prostitute.
Question.
Okay, next question.
When it came to the prostitute and they stoned her, what did Jesus say?
He said, "Let he who's without sin cast the first stone."
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So she's basically saying,
Yeah,
like,
so
who
you
are
don't
you
get
to
to go
cast the
stone people
stone
to
on
death based on
someone
their
like
sin.
me?
Like,
Yes,
who
I
are
agree.
you to judge her? Because we all have original sin.
Wait, stop. First of all,
Righteous
I'm not
judgment
judging-
is an actual biblical
First
thing.
of all,
Finish.
I'm not judging her, right? I mean, we're going over a previous conversation where I now have been told that everything she told me in that conversation essentially cannot be trusted because she was a pathological liar at the time because she was playing a character. Now I'm not. That's what she just said to me. So we're
Dude,
going
I was
over the
literally dressed in a
conversation. That's
Spider-Man
fine.
outfit.
I
and
haven't even gotten
That says
to
a
any
lot about
judgment
you.
yet. We haven't even gotten to any judgment yet. Right now, we're just talking about the facts of the matter. There hasn't even been any judgment. And 3, it's perfectly acceptable for Christians to judge. Where this idea came from that Christians can't make judgments, especially value judgments, we make them all the time. Otherwise, how would you even know who was walking down the wrong path, who needed salvation, who did? How would you know any of these things if you couldn't make value judgments? You couldn't.
Righteous judgment has to do with coming out of love from your heart. In no way, shape, or form does whatever you have to say to me from the day I was dressed in a Spider-Man costume to right now have any love in your heart. You're just condemning.
Oh, you know my heart? You know my heart
I
now?
don't. I really
Yeah,
don't.
well then why would you make the accusation of condemnation? All I did was repeat back to you what you said to me.
I
And at
never
the time
once
we
said
had
I
this
was demonic.
conversation, You were lying about everything, and all I'm doing is trying to get clarity.
Lying
Now
about
you
being a
make the claim, I
character
know
on
what's in your
social
heart,
media.
Mr.
You're
I know what's
offended
in
that
your
I
heart.
literally spoke the truth about, like, you really think that social media is real? Like, please tell me
No,
that's not
what
true.
do you mean? Listen.
Because I said that I
all
was
you're
lying
doing-
about what
all
I
you're
put
doing
on
is making
social
pivots.
media.
Just pivot. Why are you pivoting?
Pivoting off of
Right?
what? This is a
Yeah,
big part
so-
of the topic.
So listen, all we were discussing right now was that when we had a previous conversation on the Whatever podcast, by your own admission, everything you said to me potentially was a lie.
About
Perhaps
what?
not everything you said. Stop, Nala. Just let me finish, and then I'll let you talk. Okay? Perhaps not everything you said to me was a lie. Perhaps not everything you said to me was a lie, but by your own admission, if you're playing a character and I shouldn't trust anything you say, then I assume everything you told me was a lie.
I mean, she was wearing a Spider-Man suit, bro. So, and I think I did see this episode a few months ago. That's pretty much it. She was wearing a Spider-Man suit, so I really don't think she was wearing a Spider-Man suit, and she does OF. I don't think she's the most honest person, potentially. I could just be making stuff up. I don't know, but me personally, I wouldn't take anything that these girls say seriously, just because of their work. But who knows?
Until I get it clarified. Otherwise, all I've been doing is just asking you clarification questions. You have been spurting out and upset because you feel like it's condemnation. I haven't condemned you for anything. We've just barely even started having a conversation.
Who called you a Satanist?
You literally called me a Satanist
What,
and a
demonic?
prostitute. In no way, shape, or form.
You were doing degenerate things online for money, and then you have all these simps pretty much providing you financial gain to do certain things on camera. That's literally what you were doing.
Was I I mean, okay, so I understand
You were a
that showing
prostitute, yes, you
showing
were.
your body
That's
online
ridiculous.
is like selling yourself. Understood.
You were
But in no
sucking
way,
men's
shape, or
penises
form.
online. What are you talking about?
Did I not just admit that? Like,
Yeah.
That is wild. The fact that some people in this day and age praise girls like this. Like, oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, I do OF. Oh, that's so cool. Like, you're literally doing that type of thing online. You're literally, going above and beyond what should be kept in the bedroom. You're doing it now online for people to see. And most of these things are probably like $5 a month. So you got somebody paying $5 or $10 a month to see you do these type of things. Like, that is insane.
what do you have a problem with?
By any metric, that's prostitution. What are you talking about?
Okay, but like by
prostitution.
standards, prostituting is literally standing on the road, getting cars and having sex
No,
with
hook. What is a prostitute?
Is it not a
then?
prostitute?
No.
What? Where are you, bro, in your mind?
That's called hooking because you're trying to hook somebody to be a John.
No shot, bro. Say that.
Yeah, what is a prostitute? No.
A prostitute is someone who goes and stands on the side of the road, gets into somebody's car, and has for money. That is called a prostitute.
The buddies at the Bunny Ranch, they're not prostitutes.
Can you Google it, Andrew? Can you Google it? I don't have my phone.
As long as they go to a hotel room and there's a camera, it's no longer prostitution.
It's any job that sells sex. That's
for money.
What is the criteria?
First of all, the fact that she's trying to justify if this is prostitution or not is pretty wild. I mean, we all know exactly what this is.
Prostitution.
I'm not saying that I wasn't prostituting myself at all, but like you're defining it in a manner where I'm literally going to people's houses, grabbing money from them, and
no, it's worse. Now you're hitting millions of people that are able to see you and perform these acts because now you're online. So I think that's a lot worse than go to somebody's house and doing one or two individual humans. I guess you could say it that way.
Having sex with them. But yes, what I was doing was very simple. And yes, in a manner of prostituting myself.
I'm telling you. Society, we are doomed. We are doomed. First of all, the fact that OOF got this big, man, I blame the pandemic for this. We work our butts off to make something of ourselves. And then you got degenerates like these, basically showing off everything online, charging $5 a month, and becoming millionaires. But that's the world we live in. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.